Hello students and welcome to EPG Pathshala. Today in this module I will be discussing about carcinogens in air. As you all are aware that cancer is a very dreadful disease and it has many causing agents. Cancerous compounds can be taken from food, through inhalation and through dermal contact. So, in this module we will discuss carcinogens that are present in air. We will discuss about what is cancer, how it is caused, that is the mechanism, the types of cancer, the natural and anthropogenic carcinogens that are present in air, the classification of these compounds and their effects. Now, cancer is a group of diseases in which genetically damaged cells proliferate autonomously. These cells are unable to respond to normal regulatory mechanisms and therefore proliferate. As a result, the nearby normal cells are deprived of nutrients and eventually crowd surrounding healthy tissue. Depending on the damage they have sustained, these abnormal cells may form either benign or malignant tumors. Benign tumors grow slowly and are limited to a specific location. They are not considered cancerous and rarely cause death. While malignant tumors are often fatal, they can undergo metastasis and migrate to distant locations throughout the body through blood or lymph vessels and interfere with normal functions. And when the life sustaining processes fail, the patients die. Carcinogenesis is characterized by three separate stages: initiation, promotion and progression. Initiation is the first stage. It represents the occurrence of an irreversible change in a cell, probably a genetic change or a mutation that results in a neoplastic cell. It is caused by an initiating agent, usually a chemical substance that causes damage to DNA. Promotion is the second stage. It is characterized by a clonic expansion of the initiated cell to a benign tumor, while progression is the third stage, characterized by the autonomous clonic expansion of mutated cells, and it describes the irreversible transition from a benign to a malignant tumor. Cancers are classified on the basis of the tissues that are affected. Carcinomas are tumors that are derived from epithelial tissue cells such as skin, various glands, breasts and the lining of most internal organs. Leukemias are the second type of cancer, which is cancer of the bone marrow, in which excessive leukocytes are produced, while lymphomas are lymphocytes produced in the lymph nodes and spleens and proliferate uncontrollably. Sarcomas are tumors that are arising in the connective tissue. Now, carcinogenic compounds can be both natural and anthropogenic. Naturally occurring carcinogens are made by living cells. Some of these are metabolites of green plants, fungi and bacteria. Ultraviolet radiation is also a natural carcinogen. Anthropogenic carcinogens include organic compounds such as benzene, benzoylpyrene and several polyaromatic hydrocarbons, organochlorine compounds and inorganic compounds such as arsenic, chromium, radon, nickel, cadmium and radionuclides present in ambient air and particularly in densely populated urban environments. The International Agency for Research on Cancer has classified carcinogenic compounds into group 1 compounds, which are called as carcinogenic to humans. There is sufficient evidence in humans or sufficient evidence in animals, and there is strong mechanistic data in humans. There are 117 such compounds which belong to this group 1 classification, and examples include arsenic, benzene, benzoylpyrene, cadmium, chromium, formaldehyde, radon and its decay products. The second class is group 2A, which is called as probably carcinogens to humans. There is limited evidence in humans and sufficient evidence in animals, and that is the basis of their classification to group 2A. There are 74 such agents and include lead, 1,3-butadiene, N-nitrosodimethylamine, benzidine based dyes and benzoylpyrene. Then there is a group 2B, which is classified as possibly carcinogenic to humans, and this is on the basis that there is limited evidence in humans and less than sufficient evidence in animals. it includes 237 agents. Examples are isoprene, chlorinated dioxins, furans, acetaldehyde, acetylnitride, benzofluoranthene and benzo-K-fluoranthene. Group 3, it is referred to as not classifiable as to the carcinogenicity in humans, and there is inadequate evidence in humans and inadequate or limited evidence in animals. It includes 503 agents and comprise of organic lead compounds, butoxyethanol and 1 tertiary butoxy 2-propanol. Then group 4 is referred to as probably not carcinogenic to humans, and there is lack of carcinogenicity in animals and humans, and it is one agent only, and there are no such compounds. Now, as I mentioned, ultraviolet radiation is a carcinogenic in nature, and it can be classed as a photocarcinogen. Ultraviolet radiation stimulates the production of vitamin D in our body, so it is necessary. It causes several types of skin damage, including the production of skin tumors, skin cancer and melanoma. Ultraviolet radiation is composed of 3 wavelengths: UVA, UVB and UVC. UVC isn't a concern for skin cancer, however UVA and UVB, they cause tanning, burning and photoaging. The World Health Organization has identified broad spectrum UV as a human carcinogen. UVA is long wavelength radiation with wavelength 320 to 400 nanometers and accounts for up to 95% of the solar UV radiation reaching the Earth's surface. It can penetrate into the deeper layers of the skin, causing skin aging and wrinkling, and may also initiate and exacerbate skin cancers. UVA rays are present during all daylight hours and they are present all year round also. UVB is the middle range of UV radiation with wavelengths between 290 to 320 nanometers. It causes burning, tanning, acceleration of skin aging and plays a key role in the development of skin cancer. Protection from these rays is the only way to avoid problems due to UV radiation. Polyaromatic hydrocarbons are also carcinogenic compounds. They are multi-aromatic ring systems belonging to the group of persistent organic pollutants. They originate from both natural and anthropogenic sources through incomplete combustion or high temperature pyrolytic processes involving fossil fuel combustion or combustion of any substance that contains carbon and hydrogen. Polyaromatic hydrocarbons also have natural and anthropogenic sources. The natural sources include forest fires, volcanoes and biosynthesis. Anthropogenic sources include combustion of petrol and diesel engines, tobacco smoking, domestic heating, refuse burning and industrial activities, which are mainly metallurgical enterprises, foundries, timber treatment plants, industries focusing on the carbonization, distillation and gasification of coal, coke and aluminum production plants. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, has classified PAHs in PAHs is the abbreviation of polyaromatic hydrocarbons into probably carcinogenic and possibly carcinogenic PAHs. The carcinogenicity of PAH is about 1 by 1000 to 1 by 10 to the power 4 of that of dioxins. On the other hand, the pH concentration in the atmosphere is about 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 6 times higher than the dioxins. Dioxins are present in traces in the environment. Organochlorine compounds are also carcinogenic in nature. They are a group of synthetic chemicals that include polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, dibenzoparadioxins, polychlorinated dibenzofurans, PCDDs, PCDFs, and organochlorine pesticides such as DDT, lindane, aldrin and dieldrin. The most abundant of these man-made organochlorine compounds are the PCBs and the pesticide, that is DDT. Exposure to organochlorine substances occurs through inhalation of air, ingestion of food and water and absorption by the skin. They are absorbed from the gut by the lungs and across the skin in varying degrees. Fat and organic solvents enhance the gastrointestinal and dermal absorption of organochlorine compounds. The organochlorine compounds alter the levels of certain hormones, enzymes, growth factors and neurotransmitters and therefore exert their toxic effects and cause disorders in the female and male reproductive system. They can cause infertility, carcinogenicity, neurotoxicity and immunotoxicity. They can disturb the balance of endocrine system, that is the hormone disrupting chemicals. They act as hormone disrupting chemicals and are hormonally active agents, and therefore are also called as xenoestrogens. Benzoypyrene is a polyaromatic compound which is also carcinogenic, or in fact the most potent carcinogen amongst the polyaromatic hydrocarbons. Benzoypyrene, in short BAP, and other polyaromatic hydrocarbons, they stimulate their own metabolism by inducing microsomal cytochrome P450 monooxygenases and epoxide hydrolases as shown in the equation. BAP is initially oxidized to several arene oxides and phenols. These arene oxides rearrange to phenols which undergo hydration to the corresponding trans dihydrodiols, or they may react with glutathione either spontaneously or it may be catalyzed by cytosolic glutathione S transferases. The dihydrol is the main product. This forms dihydroxy epoxy tetrahydrobenzopyrene, which is the most carcinogenic of the possible isomers that are formed during the metabolism of pH in the body, and this is the carcinogenic form of benzoypyrene. Nitrosamines are other compounds which are also carcinogenic in nature. These are nicotine derived compounds primarily found in tobacco smoke. They are activated within the body to form powerful alkylating agents that attack DNA. Nicotine derived nitrosoaminoketone, in short NNK, and many structurally similar compounds such as normicotine, anabasine and anatabine are found in tobacco products, and these are delivered along with nicotine to the respiratory tract through tobacco smoke. Nicotine chemically is a tertiary amine, while normicotine, anabasine and anatabine are secondary amines. Secondary and tertiary amines react with nitrosating agents to form stable compounds which are called as N-nitrosamines. Exposure to nitrosamines from tobacco smoke affects the tobacco consumer and also the non-smoker. NNK is the most potent carcinogen. It has a reactive nitrosamino group with the methyl group on one side and a larger ketone group on the other. When activated in the body, the methyl or the ketone group may be transferred to a DNA base, leading to misreading of genetic information when the DNA is replicated. The methyl groups from NNK lead to mutations that change a guanine to an adenine. Carcinogenic effects of NNN are organospecific in nature, and the effect depends on the route of administration. Then there are several metals which have also been identified to be carcinogenic and are widely found in the atmosphere. One of them is arsenic. It is a metalloid placed in group 5A of the periodic table of elements. It is the 20th most abundant element in the Earth's crust, found naturally and also in many foods. Volcanic eruptions and other natural processes are the major sources of arsenic in the environment, and predominantly in the environment it is found in the +5 as arsenate, +3 as arsenite, and 0 as arsenic metal and -3 as arsine. These are the different oxidation states in which arsenic is found in nature. The sources include volcanic eruptions, melting of ores of copper, lead, cobalt, nickel, zinc and gold. Burning of fossil fuels in power plants and households are the major sources. Bacteria, fungi and yeast can methylate inorganic compounds of arsenic into organic compounds such as monomethyl arsenic acid, abbreviated as MMA, dimethyl arsenic acid DMA, and gaseous derivatives of Rc. Human exposure to arsenic occurs through ingestion, inhalation, dermal contact and parenteral route. The toxicity of arsenic is different in its inorganic and organic compounds. and it also varies according to its oxidation states and solubility. It also depends on the exposure dose, frequency and duration, the biological species, age, gender and nutritional and genetic factors. Most cases of human toxicity from arsenic, they have been associated with exposure to inorganic arsenic. Trivalent arsenic is reported to be 2 to 10 times more toxic than pentavalent arsenic. Now, arsenic causes a number of human health effects including cancer. It can cause acute and chronic poisoning. Acute arsenic poisoning may cause vomiting, dryness of the mouth and throat, muscle cramps, abdominal pain, tingling of the hands and feet, circulatory disorders and nervous weakness. Radon is another element which is carcinogenic in nature. It is a noble gas produced by the decay of radium-226 in the uranium chain. It has a half-life of 3.8 days and decays to produce isotopes of polonium, bismuth and lead, which are short-lived. These isotopes attach to surfaces and aerosol particles such as dust and cigarette smoke. Radon daughters emit alpha, beta and gamma radiation. Alpha radiation has significant effects on the tracheal and bronchial epithelium. The general population may be exposed from indoor radon concentrations built up from the leakage of radon into houses from the geological materials in the ground and walls. Exposure to radon and its daughters induces lung tumors which are both benign and malignant. Radon can also exert a beneficial effect on immune system at low doses by increasing the activity of the antioxidant superoxide dismutase in the liver and kidney after exposure. Cadmium, another heavy metal, is also carcinogenic in nature. It belongs to group 2b of the periodic table. It is naturally found in ores along with zinc, copper and lead. Volcanic activity is the major natural source of cadmium. It is widely used in industrial processes as an anti-corrosive agent. It is used as a stabilizer in PVC products, as a color pigment, a neutron absorber in nuclear power plants and in nickel cadmium batteries. Some phosphate fertilizers also contain cadmium. The major source of inhalative cadmium is cigarette smoke. The lungs absorb 40 to 60% of cadmium present in tobacco smoke. Cadmium which is absorbed from the lungs or the gut is stored in the liver where it binds to metallothionein and forms a complex, that is cadmium metallothionein complex. These are washed into the sinusoidal blood slowly, which is released from the liver and accumulates in the kidneys and finally is removed slowly. Inhalation of cadmium containing air affects the respiratory system, resulting in shortness of breath, lung edema and destruction of mucous membranes. In vitro studies indicate that cadmium compounds have mutagenic potential, inducing chromosome damage and DNA strand breaks. Cadmium is also associated with occurrences of Itai-Itai disease, under which patients show a wide range of symptoms such as low grade bone mineralization, high rate of fractures, increased rate of osteoporosis and intense bone associated pain. Cadmium has been classified as a category 1 carcinogen by IARC, and inhalation of cadmium increases the risk of lung cancer. It exerts its genotoxicity through the production of reactive oxygen species and by inhibiting repair of DNA. Cadmium concentrations increase in the testes and prostate, decreasing testosterone synthesis in the cadmium exposed animals. Excessive exposure may interfere with the zinc hormone relationships in the prostate and thus leads to prostatic cancers. Chromium, another heavy metal, is also carcinogenic in nature. It is ubiquitous in air, water, soil and biological materials, normally found as hexavalent chromium. The major anthropogenic sources of chromium are chrome plating, production of chromates and bichromates, stainless steel, welding, ferrochrome alloys and chrome pigment production, material tanning and evaporating cooling towers. Combustion of coal and oil, cement works and waste incineration also release large quantities of chromium. The general population may be exposed to chromium by inhalating ambient air or ingesting food and drinking water containing chromium. The toxicity of chromium depends on the oxidation state. Chromium 6 is more toxic and more readily absorbed both by inhalation and ingestion. Chromium 6 has been classified as a group 1, that is a known human carcinogen, while chromium metal and chromium 3 compounds are not classifiable as to their carcinogenicity to humans, that is group 3 according to IARC, as there is inadequate evidence in humans. Chromium 6 compounds may cause chromosomal aberrations and sister chromatid exchanges in humans, leading to cancer. The genotoxicity of chromium 6 is result of sequential reduction of chromium 6 within the cells to chromium 3 and the binding of chromium 3 to macromolecules like DNA. Chromium 3 is not considered to be mutagenic in cellular systems, and studies have not shown chromium 3 either to be carcinogenic also. Acute exposure through inhalation affects the respiratory tract, kidney, gastrointestinal tract and the liver, and ingestion of high doses of chromium 6 compounds results in fatal effects in respiratory, cardiovascular, gastrointestinal, hepatic, renal and neurological systems. Dermal exposure can lead to dermal ulcers as chromium 6 compounds are corrosive in nature. Occupational exposure causes nasal septal ulceration and perforation, respiratory irritation and inflammation, cyanosis, gastrointestinal, hepatic, renal, hematological effects and lung cancer. Chronic exposure may lead to weight loss, anemia, liver dysfunction and renal failure. Nickel, which is the 24th most abundant element found combined with oxygen or sulfur as oxides or sulfides in the earth's crust, is also a carcinogen. It is a hard ductile transition metal with a silvery white luster. The natural sources of nickel are windblown dust, volcanic emissions, forest fires and vegetation, while anthropogenic sources include coal, diesel and fuel oil and waste incineration. Low emissions of nickel can be obtained from tobacco smoking, dental or orthopedic implants, stainless steel utensils and inexpensive jewelry and cigarette smoke. Nickel has adverse health effects. The effects depend on the route of exposure and include systemic, immunologic, neurologic, reproductive, developmental and carcinogenic effects. Nickel is absorbed through lungs, gastrointestinal tract and skin. It causes allergic skin reaction in sensitive individuals, and nickel dermatitis produces erythema, eczema and liquefaction of the hands and other areas of the skin. All nickel compounds except metallic nickel has been classified as human carcinogens by IARC. Nickel metal dust and some nickel compounds are potent carcinogens after inhalation, but the carcinogenic risk is governed by the conditions of occupational exposure. Antioxidants, however, play an important role in abating the hazards of nickel. For example, ascorbic acid, that is vitamin C, which is a dietary antioxidant, inactivates oxygen free radicals, serving as a scavenger of free radicals and thus tends to reduce the effect of carcinogenesis caused by nickel. Now, in this lecture we have seen that although cancer is caused by many agents, there are many compounds which are present in air and they can be got into the body through inhalation, and they affect various organs and ultimately lead to cancer of various types. So, it is essential that we adopt control methods so that emissions of their compounds or elements is reduced in order to reduce the risk and protect the life of the human being as well as other organisms. Thank you.